Yeah, and that's fine. Using the stairs to kind of split them up, and that works pretty well. But or poking or thrusting weapons work pretty well also.
Oh, you... Thank goodness. I'm done for, I'm afraid. I'll die soon, then lose my sanity. I wish to ask something of you.
Yeah, man. Let's
You
do
and
it.
I are both undead. Hear me out, will you?
Yeah, you gave me that key and everything.
I have failed in my mission, but perhaps you can keep the torch lit. There is an old saying in my family. Thou who art undead art chosen, and thine exodus from the undead asylum maketh pilgrimage to the land of ancient lords. When thou ringeth the bell of awakening, the fate of the undead thou shalt know. Well, now you know, and I can die with hope in my heart. Oh, one more thing. Here, take this. An Estus flask, an undead favorite.
Oh, thank you.
Oh, and this.
Oh, and also thank you.
Now I must bid farewell. I would hate to harm you after death. So go now, and thank you.
No problem, buddy. Sorry to hear that you're dying. Yeah, I tend to just use the environment too. It's a little iffy to try and take them out as you're moving. The only trouble that you usually run into is they kind of get in your way trying to get to the stairs, so that can be a little annoying. I love this, by the way. I just love that he's in this pile of rubble and that there's this beam of light from the ceiling. I mean, you know he was on the roof. You know that the demon dropped down from the roof, so you get this kind of environmental storytelling of he most likely got slammed through the ceiling by that demon. And it's just so perfect. They just do such good things with it. Yeah, it's a bummer that Demon's Souls isn't on PC, because it is a pretty great game as well. But that's one of the PlayStation exclusives. So that and Bloodborne. So Demon's Souls feels harder to me, but I guess everyone kind of feels like the first one they play is the hardest one. And it's a little spookier to me as well. I get creeped out a little bit more in Demon's Souls. Yeah, it is kind of a praise the sun moment too. And I'd never parry again. Alright. Let's do it, demon. Oh my goodness, the tree boss in 3 had my number, and I don't know why exactly. It didn't seem, well, being a little sloppy. It didn't seem particularly difficult, but oh, look at me dying to the Asylum Demon. That's what I get for talking. Yeah, the tree had my number too, man. What was weird about it is that it was so obvious what you had to do, just over and over again. And for the life of me, I just couldn't do it. What's funny though about the tree is that, like, once you get it sorted, it's a cakewalk, right? And once you figure it out, Like, once you know exactly where all the little weak spots are and all that stuff. Because I did a bunch of co-op helping people do it afterwards because I was so angry at that tree. Alright, let's not die to this guy this time. There we go. Yeah, I don't know if I hit the 12 mark, but it was a lot. And it was infuriating because, like, the first go was actually pretty close. So I was like, oh, okay, I got this. Yeah, shoot. Oh, there's a key on top of. Well, let's just hop a ride on a bird and we'll talk about it. But there's a key in Firelink Shrine area that opens that gate, and it gives you the Rusted Ring, which allows you to walk through the little knee-high water without being slowed.
That one day an undead shall be chosen. To leave the undead asylum in pilgrimage to the land of the ancient lords. Lordran.
Yeah, that one is one of the not obvious things. Because it's a little obvious once you find the key, but if you never find the key, then it says that the key is for the asylum. So it would prompt you to go back and try and find a locked door, which would also lead you to another kind of demon fight, most likely. Alright.
Well, what do we have here? You must be a new arrival. Let me guess. Fate of the undead, right? Well, you're not the first. But then... well, since you're here, let me help you out. There are, actually, 2 bells of awakening.
2
One
bells?
is up above in the undead church. The other is far, far below, in the ruins at the base of Blight Town. Ring them both, and something happens. Brilliant, right? Not much to go on, but I have a feeling that won't stop you. So, off you go. It is why you came, isn't it? To this accursed land of the undead?
Yeah, I mean, I don't think I've gone through tallying up the bosses. It has a lot of little mini boss encounters, but maybe less major boss encounters. There was a lot of boss fights in Dark Souls 2 also. I like this moment because it's a moment where a lot of people get led astray because they'll find these stairs and try to go there, or they'll want to explore all of this and they end up in the graveyard. And I find it a little strange because I think that the design here is still pretty good. Like, talking to him, he says up above, like very plainly, but then it goes far, far below for the other one, kind of discouraging you from downward paths. And so this is the only path that kind of leads up. And all of this stuff is kind of blocked off by this wall. This is probably the not as good blocking. Right. I think the only misstep here is that this is still kind of ascending, and you're kind of like you feel inclined to explore it. So then you end up kind of in the graveyard and dealing with that stuff. But that's like the breaking point for a lot of players. They end up fighting skeletons that are hard to kill.
I believe we are not acquainted. If not, I'd prefer to keep a distance, if possible.
Why you gotta be so standoffish?
Hello there. I realize that I have requested that we retain our distance, but I also want you to know that it is not meant in ill will. Here, take this as a token. No, go ahead. It's for you.
You trying to buy me off?
Oh my, you again. Oh, I know. How about this? I have to await my companions here anyway. So what if I were to teach you some miracles? Would that please you?
Yeah, I would love to learn miracles.
Very well. Then first, a covenant with the gods. Now let me share my miracles. Only their ultimate effectiveness will be determined by your efforts and your faith.
Good old shrug.
Come again. The effectiveness of the teachings depend upon your faith.
Yeah, I'm garbage at parrying, actually. I generally don't do it. But Bloodborne did kind of encourage it a little bit. For me, I'm bad enough at it that the risk-reward falls more in the risk category than the reward category. Which makes the final boss of this game a lot harder than it is for most people, because if you're good at parrying, he's actually pretty easy to parry. I am not, and so he isn't. Yeah, and I should get the Astora Straight Sword, but I decided to go with the old Witch's Ring so I can hear some dialogue that I don't usually hear rather than the Master Key. So I'll have to go the long way. I don't know if this is worth it. Good old blunt weapon cheats. Oh. Yeah, I don't want to fight three of them.